Welcome to This Week in Taiwan. I'm Iris Xu. Every Saturday, we break down the biggest stories making headlines across the country. From politics and policy to culture and the unexpected. Whether you are tuning in from Taipei or halfway around the world, we've got you covered with what you need to know to stay in the loop. Taiwan is home to 23 million people, and you might think what happens on this small island doesn't affect you. But in reality, it is quite the contrary. From geopolitics to global supply chains, Taiwan is more connected to your life than you might expect. So let's get into this week's news and see just how interconnected we really are. This week, Taiwan began to recover after Typhoon Danas swept across the island, leaving a trail of damage and disruption. Danas made history on Sunday when it became the first typhoon to make landfall in Chiayi County since official records began in 1958. It struck the coastal town of Budai at 11:40 a.m. after forming near the Philippines on July 5th and moving steadily towards the Taiwan Strait. The storm crossed the island exiting through Taoyuan-Hsinchu area early Monday morning around 6 a.m., but not before leaving serious consequences in its wake. 2 people lost their lives and more than 300 were injured. In Tainan, a 69-year-old man died when high winds caused his farming vehicle to crash into a fallen tree. Another tragic incident involved a 60-year-old patient who died after their respiratory device failed during a power outage. Nationwide, authorities recorded more than 2,200 disaster reports. Nearly 3,500 people were evacuated across 10 counties and cities. Infrastructure damage was extensive. Close to 17,000 households are still without water and over 388,000 lost power at some point during the storm. Telecommunications were also hit hard, with over 7,200 landlines and nearly 700 mobile base stations needing repairs. Officials say all base stations should be back online by 6 p.m. Tuesday, and landline services are expected to be fully restored by Thursday morning.
Torrential rain triggered national emergency alerts as devastating floods impacted Changhua County, while the historic Lugang Tianhou Temple was hard hit. In the temple's main courtyard, traditional incense burners were half submerged and altar tables nearly disappeared underwater. Street-level flooding reached dangerous heights, leaving vehicles navigating like boats through the submerged roads. Motorcyclists even abandoned their bikes and waded through thigh-deep water. Temple Secretary General Liu Jiawen live-streamed the disaster in tears, saying it was the first time witnessing such catastrophic flooding at the temple. Some cars were completely immobilized with water reaching above their bumpers, while residents struggled to push bicycles through the torrents. The extreme weather brought typhoon-level winds and rain, and terrified residents took shelter. In Lukang's Old Street, businesses scrambled to save merchandise as floodwater rushed into shops. Store employees frantically rescued their products, and some shop owners said it was their first time experiencing such severe flooding. The weather also caused multiple traffic light failures at major intersections, creating widespread traffic chaos. Residents described the conditions as more severe than the actual typhoon, with the combination of fierce winds, lightning, and relentless downpours creating unprecedented destruction across the historic district. Filaskowski for RTN News.
Taiwan is welcoming a high-level delegation from Haiti this week as part of the efforts to strengthen bilateral ties between the two diplomatic allies. Haitian Foreign Minister Jean-Victor Harvel Jean-Baptiste arrived in Taiwan on Monday for a 5-day visit. His first official trip to the country, he is joined by his wife, his chief of staff, and 5 other members of the delegation. Upon arrival, they were received at the airport by Taiwan's Deputy Foreign Minister Ming-Chi. During their stay, the Haitian delegation will tour various sites across Taiwan and meet with Haitian students who are studying here on scholarship. On Tuesday, President Lai Ching-te met personally with Foreign Minister Jean-Baptiste and his wife, underscoring the strong ties between the two countries.
The two sides have achieved fruitful exchanges in key areas such as social security, educational cooperation, and infrastructure. In recent years, Haiti has faced challenges in food supply and healthcare. Taiwan will continue to work with Haiti through various cooperation projects to improve medical and healthcare services, strengthen food security, and promote the development of people's livelihoods.
Taiwan and Haiti have enjoyed 69 years of diplomatic relations, working closely together on issues such as public health, social welfare, and sustainable agriculture. The Foreign Ministry notes that Jean-Baptiste has been a consistent advocate for Taiwan, including voicing his support for Taiwan's participation in the World Health Assembly earlier this year. Taiwan is voicing strong opposition after China announced the launch of a new flight path near the Taiwan Strait. On Sunday, China's Civil Aviation Administration said it would activate Route W121, an extension of the M503 flight path, bringing aircraft even closer to the unofficial median line that separates the two sides of the strait. Taiwan's Civil Aviation Administration and the Mainland Affairs Council have condemned the move as a unilateral decision that compromises passenger safety and regional stability. They are urging China to open dialogue to prevent further escalation. While Chinese authorities claim the new route will enhance airspace efficiency, critics say it ignores Taiwan's sovereignty and international norms. KMT legislator Li Yanxiu responded by calling for improved cross-strait communication, saying dialogue is needed more than ever. TPP legislator Zhang Zhikai echoed the sentiment, warning that rising tensions must be addressed with goodwill from both sides. DPP Caucus Secretary General Rosalia Wu denounced the decision as a politically motivated provocation. She pointed out that this is the third time Beijing has unilaterally altered cross-strait flight routes, in 2018, 2024, and now 2025, violating international civil aviation rules and undermining Taiwan's security. Wu says the new route is yet another attempt to chip away at Taiwan's sovereignty by pushing dangerously close to the strait's median line.
China is violating the provisions of the International Civil Aviation Organization, as well as breaking international procedure. This unilateral announcement is another politically motivated dig at the legal cognition of the gray area, made to especially toe the median line of the strait, and resulting in the loss of Taiwan's sovereignty.
President Lai Ching-te is calling on Taiwan's trade delegation in the United States to secure a fair and favorable outcome, as Washington prepares to impose new tariff rates on 14 countries beginning August 1st. Taiwan has yet to receive official notice from the United States government regarding its inclusion. Presidential Office spokesperson Karen Guo says President Lai held a late-night virtual meeting on Monday with the delegation, which is currently in Washington. The team is led by Vice Premier Zheng Lijun and Trade Representative Yang Zhenyi. During the meeting, President Lai emphasized that the delegation's top priority is to protect Taiwan's national and industrial interests, particularly in the areas of public health and food security. He also reaffirmed Taiwan's commitment to deepening bilateral trade ties and maintaining the principle of mutual complementarity, especially in the face of the U.S. reciprocal tariff policy. Lai expressed hope that both sides will reach a balanced agreement and continue to strengthen cooperation in key sectors such as technology and national security. Taiwan's largest annual military exercise, Han Kuang 41, officially began on Wednesday and will run for 10 days. Its longest duration ever, this year's drills not only simulate increasing complex threats from China but also mark a major milestone for Taiwan's reserve forces. For the first time, the Army's 206 Brigade is being mobilized at the full brigade level, involving more than 2,000 reservists across 5 infantry battalions and 1 artillery battalion. Along with the volunteer officers, the total force reaches 3,000. Troops from the 206 Brigade have conducted preliminary drills at a junior high school in Taoyuan. Military officials say the reservists will undergo refresher courses on combat specialties, marksmanship, and platoon-to-battalion level tactical drills. If their readiness is confirmed, they will be tasked with guarding critical urban and strategic locations, relieving active duty forces on the front lines. This year's Han Kuang scenario assumes that the Chinese military launches intensified gray zone provocations alongside electronic and cognitive warfare attacks. As Taiwan carries on with its live-fire military drills, tensions in the Taiwan Strait remain high. The Defense Ministry says that from 6 a.m. Monday to 6 a.m. Tuesday, a total of 31 Chinese military aircraft were detected near Taiwan. Among them, Mi-24 crossed the median line and entered Taiwan's northern, central, and southwestern airspace. In addition, 7 Chinese naval vessels were spotted operating in nearby waters, bringing the total to 38 Chinese aircraft and ships actively maneuvering around Taiwan within a 24-hour period. The military says it is closely monitoring all activities and responding with appropriate measures to safeguard Taiwan. The Defense Ministry has also reiterated its commitment to maintaining regional stability while continuing with its annual defense readiness exercises. A Lithuanian parliamentary delegation is in Taiwan this week, in a show of continued support for bilateral ties. The group is led by Ruslanas Baranovas, chairperson of the Taiwan-Lithuanian Parliamentary Friendship Group, and will remain in Taiwan through Saturday. At a press conference on Wednesday, Foreign Minister Lin Jialong highlighted that this is the first Lithuanian parliamentary visit since the country held elections and formed a new government last year. He said the visit sends a strong signal that Lithuania remains committed to deepening ties with Taiwan. According to Taiwan's foreign ministry, the cross-party composition of the delegation reflects unified bipartisan support for Taiwan within the Lithuanian parliament. During his meeting with Minister Lin, Baranova stressed that democratic nations must stand together in the face of growing geopolitical uncertainty. The two sides agreed to enhance cooperation in several key sectors, including the defense industry, unmanned aerial vehicles, and artificial intelligence. The goal is to bolster democratic resilience and expand joint humanitarian efforts, especially in support of Ukraine. Ongoing collaborations include the joint production of drone parts, the establishment of an ultra-fast laser technology research and innovation center in Tainan, and Lithuania's participation in Taiwan's Central and Eastern Europe Resilience Program. The two sides also plan to strengthen cybersecurity and defense capabilities through the global cooperation and training framework, particularly in response to cyber attacks and gray zone threats. Taiwan's newest battle tanks are now combat-ready. The M1A2T Abrams tanks, part of a 108 unit purchase from the United States, conducted their first live-fire drills on Thursday, with President Lai Ching-te calling them some of the most advanced weapons system in the world and a cornerstone of Taiwan's layered deterrence strategy. The M1A2T tanks are expected to be fully integrated into Taiwan's military by the end of the year. And that is all for This Week in Taiwan. My name is Iris Xu. This episode is produced by Radio Taiwan International.